plan's out of condition. It's only been about a month since my last hunt, my last serious hunt, and I'm feeling it. A little bit of holiday weight. So I'm going to have to walk that off, and this is a little bit different. We're actually the third day in on a week-long hunt. Myself, Paul and Ben, over the last 2 days have sort of done a fair bit of scouting, quite a bit of walking. We've stayed up high and used the binos to do the work. Well, it was late on the first day that we actually spotted the first deer, a group of fallow, not a lot of them, but we thought they'll do. They'll be good meat animals. So we come up with a plan yesterday to hike along high and come in around the back of where we last seen them and sit. Well, Paul and Ben did that while I sort of stuck back about halfway on the highest vantage point and glassed. Well, I just took the combination gun, the 12 gauge 243 with me, because I thought that'll cover the fallow and whatever. Well, I could see everything the boys couldn't see, but I never seen those fallow again. So they sat and waited right until sunset. And on the last minutes, the last rays of daylight, what walks out below me? 3 sambar deer and possibly a fourth and a fifth down further that I only just got a quick glimpse of. They were about 200 metres directly below me, 45-degree angle. If I had this, the 7mm, they were in trouble. But what surprised me was the wind was coming right over my back, blowing my scent right over, literally it must have been blowing it right over the top of them because I had no idea I was there. So I managed to backtrack out of there, hopefully without them knowing I was there. And the plan is today, myself, Paul and Ben, we're going to hike deeper into the forest, hunt the forest during the day, and then come back to that lookout and sit there later this afternoon, and hopefully we'll be ready to take a bit of meat. Well, there's not a lot of fresh sign around. That wasn't that old. That was a nice sambar stag print and a bit of scat there. So, if we can get away from these white squawk and cockatoos, we'll be good. Yeah. Paul and Ben are going to my left. They're going to work about 500 metres a kilometre down, and then we're all going to work straight into the wind, probably again about 500 metres a kilometre. I think there's, looking at the topo map, there's a bit of a gully down there. Once we get down into it, hopefully it's a little bit quieter underfoot because it's quite noisy and dry up here. But you've got to work the conditions, hunt the conditions, and hopefully, hopefully, if one of us spooks something, it'll push it towards one of the others. Ideally, we won't spook them, they'll stand up and we'll shoot them. Well, I just heard a few branches break down there. I thought, hello, here we go. Then I seen a big roo, old roo boys taken off over there. Probably the first one I've seen for this morning actually. But it just pays to be quiet as you can. Often that's very hard, but the more patient you are, the slower you go, the more you use these. It usually pays off. Not always, but you got more of a chance than if you just bash through and just go faster than you should be. So I'm just going to stop here for probably 10-15, have a bit of a feed, listen, and then move on. Oh, the boys are moving further away from me now. Paul's about a kilometre and Ben's about 1.7 kilometres to my left. So I'm going to start swinging 90 degrees to the direction I was coming in now. Yeah, righto, you've given me the shits all morning. Yeah, so I'm going to work my way back towards the boys at probably 500 metres, then swing left. Yeah, I hear you. Bit of sign around, nothing real fresh. Haven't seen any deer. Bit dry underfoot, but it's workable. So I haven't given up on it yet. I'm sure you can hear those cockatoos. They certainly haven't been my friend today. But, as I say, you've got to work the conditions. I've just got to the lookout and I've just heard a scratchy radio call between the boys, and it sounds like Ben's nailed one or possibly two deer. I'm not sure whether they're fallow or sambar. So now I've just got here. I'm going to have to hike back up the hill and see if I can get better radio reception and go back and give them a hand. There's our afternoon. You on channel, Paul? Okay, got you loud and clear now. So Ben's got a couple of deer down, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so what's the plan? We're going to try and pack it out, or do you reckon we can get the vehicle down close, or at least reduce the distance a bit?
I'm on the road now, and Ben's only a couple hundred metres from me, or 200 or 300 metres from the road, so I reckon we can get the car here and take the whole animals out.
Sounds like a plan. Right, I'm going to hot foot it back now and yeah, get the vehicle and catch up with the boys. Probably going to take me about probably the best part of an hour, but if it means the difference from getting part of the animal and the whole animals, and I say animals because it sounds like he's got two, it's a no-brainer. Just dump her in low range, I think. No problem, Toyota man. Geez, the first thing I noticed in this is you don't get a good approach angle as far as you're viewing. Paul, Ben, you on channel? Okay, must have to go a bit closer. Certainly fallow country through here. Let's see how the boys are going here. Lucky it's not a sambar, Paul. I'm building up a sweat just watching them. Oh, Paul. Well, we've got about 3 or 4 days before we're going to head home. So the most important thing now is to keep this meat cool and the blowflies away from it. Even though it is winter, the temperatures can get sort of above 15 degrees, so we think we should have about, if I said 3, possibly 4 days of being able to hang it here. It's got plenty of airflow in the shade, so as long as we keep those blowflies off, we'll be good.